This is modern Earth. For eons, magic, advanced technology, and other strange phenomena have remained hidden from people like you and me. One day in March 2019, all of that changed with the unveiling. 10-foot-tall metal insectoid creatures arrived through portals and wrought destruction. Zed, Goose, Tyke, and Carl fought the horrors, but in the chaos, a mysterious company called IS Corp seized the opportunity and traded protection for power and resources. Our heroes saw them for what they really are: evil. They turned an IS Corp agent named Fitz to their cause, and now they fight IS Corp as they uncover the source of the attack on our realm. Welcome to another episode of RPGs Anonymous. I'm Zachary, I'm your game master, and let's meet the rest of the cast.
Hiya, I'm Aaron, play Carl Nelson. Look, you can always do it tomorrow, man.
I am Colby, I play Shane Goose Bailey, and this is Momo.
Wow.
I am Nick, and I play Ajax. Cheeseburger?
And I am Jacob. I play Tyke, or formerly known as Steve Stevenson.
Welcome, everybody. Let's do a quick recap of what went down last time, because it's so absolutely insane. We have to talk about it. You guys just dealt with the death of your friend Goose, or oh my god, you guys just
did I miss an episode?
Goose didn't die too.
Reroll,
No,
Goose. Reroll.
Oh god. Even my wife immediately was like, Goose died too. Oh man.
Use that new talent. Roll those dice again.
Oh jeez, man. You just post the hashtag. All right. Okay. You guys are just now dealing with the death of your friend. What's his name? Dr. Zed. Dealing with the friend of Dr. Zed gave up his life to save you guys from this like swirling red maelstrom thing. He died at the beginning of the last episode. Carl summoned him, said goodbye, and you guys started moving on. Ajax is now sort of in his place, trugging along like a cool little doggo. You guys followed you guys are in this IS Corp compound trying to find information about Goose's wife's murder. And so you headed to the server room to try and do that. A bunch of these bands of purple energy that you have come to associate with some scary evil stuff going on were like wrapped around these servers. And so after some pretty intense conversation about it, Tyke decided to take you all into the virtual space to deal with this. You entered in. Everybody is seeing this slightly differently. Carl, Goose, and Ajax are seeing it as like this weird alien ship thing that is horrific and deadly. Ajax is seeing it in 2 dimensions. Tyke sees it as he has been seeing it, as this weird like reboot style like cityscape made out of electronics. But there are these there are these purple globule things with spikes, at least originally, that are populating this thing, and they shift and change into these like steampunk zombie things that are like milling about, that are, you know, keeping you guys from getting any information, etc. That seems to be the object. You guys find a transport thing. It appears different for everybody. Tyke sees it as Centaur Hank Hill. Carl sees it. I don't remember what Carl sees it as. Fitz saw it as like a hovercraft. I don't remember. Everybody saw it as something different, and I can't remember any of that. Do you guys remember those? Because I do not.
I do.
Yeah, Ajax is driving a hot dog truck.
I think Goose saw it as like a hover car, but it was the only modern high budget CGI style thing.
That's right. Yeah, because Goose is seeing everything with these like 90s next generation like CGI effects, not CGI, the opposite. Like effects like going on. So everything looks like low budget B movie film. So you guys start traversing,
pulling off that very smooth, organic looking side of a ship or the DSV submarine.
You just broke up a whole bunch there, bud.
Yeah, you're breaking up real bad.
You're really
buddy.
quiet for me.
Then that is Discord.
See what's going on. Do.
Boom. Okay, is it working better?
I think so. It was only like 3 seconds for me, so who knows. Anyway, so what was going on with Carl? Carl was seeing what?
The visions Carl got were like the very smooth, rounded, soft lines of like the inside of the DSV submarine, or like the Covenant spaceships from Halo. Quasi-organic merging of technology and
yeah, still happening, bud. Sounds like noise gate. It's weird. It's just cutting you off every once in a while.
I don't have a noise gate on Discord.
Oh, weird. Is anybody else experiencing that, or is that just me?
Yeah. No, I think it's all of us.
It was like every other word.
That's weird. Try reconnect with the call real quick. See if that fixes it. If it's Discord, that should probably do it.
Oh no, we're all messed up.
Let's see if there's anything.
And we're back live in the studio. Nothing.
No sound. Oh, there you go. Okay, I heard that.
Just do like a test sentence or two.
Test sentence. Counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, up an apograss.
Every other thing completely cutting out.
I'm hearing almost all of it. It's just really quiet.
Weird. Maybe I'll pump you up and see. Might be too much. Because it's mostly me that matters for this stream. All right, go ahead. Try it again.
I get little clicking on your side too. When I hear your audio from Zach, I get clicks in the background, but it doesn't stop me from.
That's weird. Yeah, for me,
I heard all of that.
Yeah,
I heard all of that too.
Weird. Some of it will be really clear, like that. That was just incredibly clear, and then it'll start happening again.
Okay, bizarre. We'll have to just see what's going on, I think, for now. Okay, so anyway, long story short, you guys drove, rode, etc., into the city center of this place. You saw that there are these big concentric rings of these purple blob zombie things, and at the center of it all is a house, all in black and white, that is a carbon copy of Goose's legacy home that he had with his wife before she died and they left and everything. Sitting on top of the house, as you guys are hovering in the air, coming down towards it, you see a figure in a flowery dress, and it appears from here to look like Goose's wife. That is where we ended last time. That's where we ended last time. You guys seem to be seeing Goose's wife on top of this house. Right now, you all notice as well that she seems to be holding a file folder, like a dossier style, like case folder, basically, with a bunch of stuff in it. And she is just sitting, leaning sort of idly on some of the eaves in the middle of the house. And that is where we leave you guys. What do you do?
That's the bad mailman smell.
It is, yes. That is definitely the bad mailman smell.
I'm going to be honest.
Well, I'm just telling everybody.
If I'm aware my wife is dead, so it's not like I'm going to shoot you all if that thing asks me to do it. This really sucks.
Wait, am I awake or asleep right now?
You're awake because you brought everybody here.
Okay. Yes, that's true. Okay. Sorry. I feel weird that I had to ask that question.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Let's pause real quick.
Yeah.
Let me leave and rejoin the Discord call, because if we're getting it on both on a bunch of people, I was hearing it on Goose as well. It might be me. It might be like my connection. So I'm gonna disconnect. I will be right back. You won't hear the guys for just a second. I'll be right back. Disconnected.
So now we can say whatever we want.
Now the question is,
Zach is such an awesome
either,
person,
so
isn't he?
That's fun.
Am I cutting out now?
That's cool.
Yeah, am I cutting out now?
Joining the game.
No.
Freaking amazing person.
And I'll blame
Okay.
Zach's crappy computer. Oh, hi, Zach.
That was pretty
Hi,
funny.
Zach.
Yeah, my computer is by far not crappy, as far as I know. Okay, so just let us know in the chat if you hear it again. I'll do the same out here if I hear it again. Who knows? But yeah, so yes, okay. Yeah, continue. What are you guys doing while you were seeing this? And yes, Tyke, you are awake.
Oh,
Technically, we're all asleep.
I guess that's true.
Goose,
Yeah.
That.
No, we're
Yeah,
just
Goose,
awake
that-
in a different dimension.
different. Yeah, we're just awake on a different scale of our own reality.
What if that's what dreaming really is?
I mean,
I
we
mean,
are
sort of. It's just in your brain. Yeah.
like I said, guys. This is just a dream, so we are asleep. Like we're 100% asleep. You know, I don't know what you guys are deliberating about, but yeah, like that's how it works.
I think we're talking about whether dreams are real. Yeah, Goose. I could see how this really sucks.
Or are we just sitting in the like car
We're just
motionless?
sitting in the
awkward
car
silence?
watching.
Yeah, I think you guys are. I think you guys are just like sitting up in like in the middle of the air.
Wait. I think I need to know more about what Goose's wife looks like. Does she look like she is like of this purple entity?
No, she looks she looks black and white. But other than that, she looks like a normal person from what you guys can tell. Goose, why don't you give us a little description? If you have one.
Yeah, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly from the previous description, she is pretty average build wise and has kind of auburn hair and brown eyes. Or no, it was brown hair and brown eyes. Hair's about shoulder length.
Wait, I thought her eyes were because in the Arcane episode, he did like a proby thing on you, and we did.
I
I think
blue.
is
right?
Goose's because one of you is green and one of you is blue. I
Goose
don't remember
is
which is
green.
Goose is green. Okay, so she's got blue eyes then. Yeah.
Yeah, she had blue eyes, and most of the scenes we've seen her in, she was in some kind of sundress.
Yeah. Okay. Average build, average height. You said brown hair.
Yep.
Okay. Blue eyes and a sundress, and she is obviously you can't tell the color bits of that, but because she is in like chroma scale, black and white, and she's carrying a file folder and sort of just like sitting nonchalantly on top of the house, and she is looking up at you all as well.
Also, none of us have ever actually seen her, so the only one that's reacting weird is Goose. And
Yeah, but-
Ajax, who's like,
well,
that's the bad mailman.
My understanding is that this place looks way different than like the surrounding.
It does,
Scale.
yeah, it does.
Like this looks weird to me too. Maybe Carl is just like, I don't know, maybe this is just how the inside of a computer is. But like I think Tyke is also aware that like I think he does respond. I think he gets off of Centaur Hank Hill and plants himself as the mech. No, he's not in the mech anymore. Yeah, he gets off and he tenses up and readies himself and says, I don't think this belongs here.
Yeah, because however any of us was seeing it, this part stood out because it was black and white.
Yeah,
The
and it
rest of
also
everything was
is
colored.
Yeah, it's also the only thing that you all are seeing as exactly the
Wait.
same.
Can it be the only thing in color for Ajax? Like
Yeah, we established
Ajax
that
has
last time.
seen oh, did
Yeah.
we? Okay.
Yeah, well, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here.
As far as not belonging here, mailmen don't belong anywhere.
You know, Fitz says, I actually have to agree with that, Ajax. Wow, I'm talking to a dog in my dream. But yeah, I got to agree with that. I think they're totally obsolete these days, and we should just figure out a better way to deal with all that.
I talk to you all the time, but this is the first time you've ever answered me.
It's, man, it's strange. The brain works in great and mysterious ways. And he like snaps his hand and like a coffee appears in it and he's like, oh, I love dreams.
Oh,
Bacon?
man.
I want to try.
Carl does the same.
Yeah, Carl, roll me a let's call it either like a present. Yeah, discipline. Discipline would be perfect, actually. Yeah, roll me a discipline check.
Oh, no.
It's against, let's call it 1 red, 1 purple, because you guys are in an IS Corp system, but this would be otherwise easy.
Oh, no.
If you're trying to do something meaningful, it's going to be ridiculously hard, but if you just want coffee, that's fine.
1 failure.
Yeah. Just
He
you
gets the cup, but it's empty.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
exactly.
you just get the coffee, but no cup, so it just pours on your pants.
Oh, even better. It's both. It's both. You get the cup, but it's empty, and the coffee appears like 2 feet to the side and just falls down to the ground, and you just watch it go down and look in the empty cup. Yeah.
I want to
Pixie's
try to
like,
do.
it's tea.
I want to try to do the same, but with a bottle of beer.
Yeah, Tyke, you don't have to roll. You just fucking do it.
Okay.
This is like your second home. Like you just do it.
Okay.
You're like Egwene in Tel'aran'rhiod. Like you are the dream walker, so to speak, in this place. You are able to do pretty much whatever you need to, as long as it's like low level. So yeah,
Right.
yeah. You just like you do it, and you've got a bottle of beer in your hand.
Yeah, it makes sense because I've just been saying I wasn't sure how much the purple stuff and being in an IS Corp like so deep was.
It definitely is weirder here. Like I don't know if I made it super clear when you guys first got here, but it feels different. Like you can tell that existing here is more difficult than it normally would be because of these like zombie things and like the presence of this thing. But at the same time, like this is like your thing. You are like the chosen one for this, so to speak. Like this is your thing. You're Neo in the Matrix. We've established a couple times.
Right.
I think, in fact, when you first jumped into this version of it, where the purple ones were here, back like 4 episodes ago, I think you asked me whether you were like Neo from the Matrix, and I think I said halfway in between a regular person and Neo from the Matrix. So that's like you are powerful here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I summoned my beer, and I'm just gonna take a drink and just be really upfront and be like, "Yeah, guys. This is weird, even for me, here at this thing. So, yup."
You'll hear Carl snap 3 or 4 more times with utter failure.
just like all over the place, just like coffee and tea and cups are like all over the place. It just doesn't work. I think Fitz walks over and he smirks and he's like, "Of course you wouldn't be able to do it. This is my dream." And he snaps and a cup of coffee appears and he hands it to you.
I will definitely accept that
gosh.
coffee.
It's
Much easier this way when
great.
somebody brings it to me. Thank you.
Weird that Tyke can do it though.
I guess at this point, I get out of the hover car and looking up at her standing on the roof, say, "Lucy," and shut the door. "I'm home."
Oh, did we just learn her name?
Everybody roll me perception checks.
Lucy? Okay.
Is he playing a game, or is that her actual name?
Is it her name, or is it just a I Love Lucy reference?
I know, that's what I'm wondering. Wait, how hard is this check? I wasn't listening.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Well, actually, you were listening just fine. I never said because
you didn't.
I play D&D way more than I play Genesis. So let's call it easy base. I'll upgrade it twice for Goose. So for Goose, it's 1 red, 1 purple. Everybody else, it's 1 purple.
Okay.
Actually, no. Do 1 red. Do 1 red for everybody, and then Goose, it'll be 1 red, 1 purple. I desperately want the possibility of despairs for this.
Son of a bitch.
Keep in mind that you get
You got
2
it.
blue if you are engaged with me.
Yes, you all can have 2
Oh,
blue because you're
hey.
engaged with Goose.
That'll help. It didn't help.
Gotta love that. While you guys are
2
rolling, I'm
blue,
gonna get
both
my-
came up blank.
Yeah, that's my luck.
So I
with
got
all
a
blue and black
despair
dice.
and a triumph with no successes.
Delicious, love it. What I was looking for?
Okay. I got 2 successes and 2 advantages.
Okay.
And I'm sitting on 3 successes and 2 advantages.
Okay, so because this is like because I should have made this a group check, but because I did it individually, that actually is cooler because this is going to look different for all of you. And I started talking before I actually listened to what everybody's results were. So I got Nick's, and I think I got Jacob's. No, I don't remember Jacob's. What was everybody? Everybody but Nick. What were your results, real quick?
Carl got 2 advantages.
2 advantages. Failure, 2 advantages. Gotcha.
I got 3 success and 2 advantage.
3 success, 2 advantages.
2 success and 2 advantage.
I didn't have any failure. It was just 2 advantages.
Yeah, no, I should have said
still a failure,
a wash and a
Okay,
wash and yeah.
Gotcha.
I was trying to say something to denote that there were no successes, basically. Okay, so what you guys notice pretty much as soon as Goose steps out of the car and says this, like sort of downward, you guys all see these concentric rings of the purple zombie things have begun moving en masse incredibly quickly. The outer rings are moving like lightning speed, and the inner rings are just moving a little bit, and they seem to be coalescing and joining into each other slowly over time. You guys have a very, very short amount of time before something is going to happen as these things come together. Let's see. I think the despair. Oh boy. Nick, do you have any ideas for that triumph before I get into the despair?
I mean, I think I gotta quit saying things like that on the show. Yeah, Ajax is gonna get out of his. I think it was a hot dog cart. I can't remember.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, he's gonna get out of the hot dog cart, and he's going to walk with Goose into the house. That'll be his triumph. Is that Goose is not alone.
Interesting. Okay. I'm okay with this. So I think Goose, as these things are coalescing, you are like walking down again. You guys are like up in the air. So I think you are like walking down towards this thing sort of mindlessly. This is perfect, Nick, actually, because this will work for both the triumph and the despair. So you are just sort of idly walking towards the house as this thing is coalescing around around it. And you step down to where you're like within about short range of the house. Everybody else is like medium, and Ajax is following you because Ajax is Ajax and has a sense, doesn't want you to be alone. So you two go to within about short range of the house, a few dozen feet or whatever. Your wife seems to be completely ignoring you on top of the house. And this purple mass of these zombies roil over each other and cut you guys off from Carl, Tyke, and Fitz in this like big like dome thing that cuts off everything from the house and everything else. So right now, Goose and Ajax are 40, 50 feet away from the house under this big purple dome of like roiling mass, and Carl, Tyke, and Fitz are in the car like another range band above that, and you guys are cut off. Do you guys, I'm going to ask you this because we can probably do it either way. Do you guys want to do this in initiative, or do you guys want to do it not in initiative? I think either way has some intriguing stuff, but we did just spend a lot of time in initiative, so I'm going to leave it up to y'all. What do y'all think?
I think initiative could help us structure it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going to be easier to think around.
That's a good idea.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna have it just a little bit looser than normal initiative, but that is totally fine. Why don't y'all roll me uncontested vigilance for this particular one?
Ajax got 2 advantages.
Carl got 1.2.
Tyke got 1.4.
And Goose got 0.6.
Oh, yeah. So 0.2 for Ajax.
Man, you guys, I need to learn how to say a thing to my normal D&D groups as well, where I say roll initiative, but also don't tell me until I ask you, because I have no idea what you got. Goose, did you say 0.6?
Yep, almost as many advantages as I could have rolled.
Yikes. Ajax 0.2, you said?
Yep.
Just 2 advantages. Okay, and Carl and Tyke.
Carl got 1.2.
Tyke.
Tyke got 1.4.
1.4. Okay. So the good news about this is it's literally just PCs and then the other thing at the top. So this is going to be a relatively simple initiative because it's literally just going to be you guys all doing a thing and then it does a thing and then you guys all doing a thing and then it does a thing. So I'm gonna change this situation a little bit. I'm going to make an attack on all of you. What is all y'all's, let's call it discipline? Actually, how do I want to do this? If I'm making an attack on each of you, I'm instead I'm just going to upgrade for each target because I think that makes more sense. So I'm going to use who has the best ranged defense. We'll call ranged defense. Do you guys all have one?
We all have one.
We all should have one.
I have a 0.
Except for the dog. The dog isn't wearing armor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so
we should have thought of that. Darn it.
I guess that's a good point. I'm going to add 1 red die. I'm going to call it 2 purple, and then upgrading it 5 times. So that means a red, 2 red, and 3 purple. Is that correct? Somebody check me on that.
Yeah. Could I argue though for my mental defenses, since this is all in a mind dream anyway?
Sure. Yeah, I'm actually down for that. I'm super down for that. What is it? Is that 2 black?
Yep, 2 black.
Okay. I have to roll more black dice and more red dice. Okay, so that totally cancels out. That totally cancels out. So now I just need to roll 1 more black and 2 more reds. So, or wait, no, not 2 more red. No, 1 more red and 2 more yellows. Okay. Okay, so the good news is that I only got 1 advantage. Okay, so yeah, it's a total wash other than 1 advantage. So I'm not going to deal damage to you, but this big like purple dome thing shoots out like these big like purple tentacle things towards each of you, and I think they like start trying to wrap around you. Instead of like getting all of you because it fails, it is going to just provide 1 black die on anything you guys do that requires any sort of like movement, anything that requires any sort of finesse movement, because there are a bunch of these purple tentacles that like shoot around each of you that are making it difficult to move. And then it is y'all's turn. You guys can do what you want in whichever order. Like I said, you're all in one big lump. So who wants to go first?
Well, I think it makes sense for Tyke to do something. Like, Tyke is going to run over to Hank Hill Centaur. Hank Hill. Why does it sound wrong the other way? And as he gets on, he is going to envision himself in a suit of armor with a lance for jousting, and Centaur Hank Hill is going to suddenly have an oddly erotic like harness strap sort of reins to like direct him where to go.
Okay.
And I want to position myself to try to joust into the purple force field thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for this. I have one major question. Is your main goal to damage this thing or to get through?
I think my main goal is to get through it.
Okay, cool. So let's call this against 4 red. And yeah, roll because you are like creating this like armor, and because you are creating armor and a weapon and whatnot with your mind, I will let you use mind over matter instead of like a brawn or whatever.
Okay.
Please sponsor us, Yoo-hoo. Every episode. Yoo-hoo in every episode.
I'm assuming I get all my like techno.
Yes, yeah. You are in the
nonsense.
techno space. Anything that does techno babble stuff, that's all you.
Okay. So what was I rolling against?
4 red. Oh, and you'll have the black die because of the tentacle stuff.
Nope, I've got a talent that gets rid of it.
Bango, bango, bongo. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, wait. No, I don't. Never mind. That's for something else. My bad.
Okay, cool.
I get
Then
the
one black die.
Okay. Boom, boom. Okay.
Do.
Oh. Oh.
Do.
Dang it.
Oh.
So
That's scary.
that's 1 despair, 3 successes, and 2 disadvantages.
Cool. Love rolls like that. So you succeed in getting through. Let's see. Despair. So you're okay.
Closes behind him.
Yeah, I can't take away the fact that because your goal is to get through to Goose and Ajax. So I can't take that away from you. I can't like make you get through, but get through to a different place. So I think instead what happens is 1, it closes behind you, and it immediately triples its efforts to close you guys off from the house. So instead of cutting you off from Carl and everybody, it like contracts, like it opens up around you, and it uses that hole to go around you and Goose and Ajax, and the whole thing contracts so that it is now between all of you and the house, and it is much thicker and denser. It obviously is trying to stop you from getting to the house, and any attempts to like push through it like that are now going to be upgraded 2 more times. That's going to be the despair. And then I'm gonna for whoever takes these slots, I'm gonna put you down as like the soft person for that slot. You guys can change around whatever you want, but who wants to go next? And that'll be your slot for now.
I would like to walk forward and inspect the purple, I guess, dome wall in front of me.
Okay. What kind of information are you trying to glean?
It's like, what is it? I guess, does it seem more technological or magical?
Yeah. Okay. You roll a knowledge against. I will call it. I think this is going to be daunting base upgraded. I think it's just going to be four reds. Yeah, I think this is going to be very difficult for you. But you can still potentially get some information.
All right. Well, I have 1 green, so probably not.
Wow, that's pretty nasty.
Also,
Ajax
I
has
just
2
want to.
green.
Well, okay, hold on. With that being the thing, let's workshop what this might be. So, like, obviously, you're not gonna be able to analyze this thing. Okay, so what would Goose be able to do instead? You'd be able to like, maybe what do you have? You have Streetwise. You have survival, right?
Streetwise and survival are both better. Yeah.
Okay, why don't you?
Survival's my best.
Okay, why don't you do survival, and I'll just shift the type of information based off of what you're using.
Okay.
So yeah, and we'll still call it 4 reds.
Yes, will this blender me when I walk through it?
I mean, kind of. Yeah, you're not wrong. I've officially decided that I need a new camera. This is starting to drive me nuts.
So while this is happening, Carl's taking a nice long pull of his coffee, looks at Fitz. Hey, is that a virus?
I also want to make sure that everyone knows that Tyke also had a cup holder thing on the harness for
sweet
Hank and did not spill his beer.
Yeah.
And it is just securely attached.
Yeah, perfect.
One success,
Fitz,
one threat.
Wow. Okay, that's wild. Okay, so this thing is dangerous. You definitely know that. Touching it directly is not a good thing. Not a good idea. In your current form, in its current form, it will hurt you if you touch it. So just
can I
go ahead?
Can I like maybe an idea is Goose without thinking says, "Man, I wish I had a rock to throw at it," and there is then a rock in his hand. He also has or maybe not because we got the whole like Tyke and Fitz thing, but.
I think
Goose not
I actually really like that because everybody's been like trying to make stuff appear and Goose is just like I want to just throw a rock at it and like idly a rock appears. He's not trying and like it just happens. I like that. And you
summoning ability must not be based on intelligence.
It's not. Yeah, full disclosure, it's not based on anything. It's complete BS. Like it's just whatever feels right at the time. So yeah, Goose tosses this rock at this thing, and it is just absolutely vaporized. And you can see it like turns into all of these like little itty bitty zeros and ones that like burst out and explode away and like atomize into the atmosphere and then disappear. And you can just imagine yourself becoming a bunch of ones and zeros, and it is very bad.
That visible from the outside as well?
Yeah, because you guys are no longer cut off from each other. You're only cut off from the house. So you guys are. Yeah.
I misunderstood that. So we're inside it. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are still like medium away from the house, whereas Tyke, Goose, and Ajax are short from the house. But you are no longer cut off from it. You're like all outside of this bubble thing. Carl, when you say that thing, Fitz is like, I don't know. It's my dream. It probably is a virus. I mean, we're in what did Tyke say? We're in like the cyber world or whatever. If that's true, it's probably a virus. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, that's why I asked you, because what if you were able to load a program into your reality? I could use my rifle to shoot it.
Well, okay. Let's see. What, we're in.
I like being back here, and if I can shoot a virus from here with some sort of, what would you call that in a programmer's thing?
A vaccine.
Antiviral. It'd be great. I'd like to do it from here, please.
Oh, Carl, you're so adorable. You're so adorable. Don't worry. Man, I'm pretty sure the real Carl is actually way more on top of things. Like it's got there's no way the real Carl is that dumb about computers, but it's okay. It's okay.
The real Carl can run 15 miles, Fitz. Come on.
Yeah, no, Carl hates tech. That's the vibe I've gotten, that he hates technology.
Oh yeah, that is
his
definitely
92 Nissan Altima gave you the whole I'm a techie vibe.
Yeah, this is just
like,
Fitz's elitism.
Carl's saying stuff like, don't you know BASIC or whatever that thing is that people do on computers, and like, can't you just like type some stuff and like make it hot? Yeah,
he's like this. Fitz is just like, you're so adorable. He's assuming that he is imagining Carl way dumber than Carl actually is. And so he's like, man, this is, I kind of feel bad that like my dream Carl is like so much dumber than the actual Carl. And he's like, sure, that's actually not a bad idea. I get, if this is the IS Corp server inside, I guess I could pull up like my antivirus programs. That might help. And that is what he will do on his next turn. Is that what you're doing on your like turn?
My
Carl?
Conversation was trying to work with Fitz to develop a tag team to attack this system.
Okay, cool. I will give Fitz a bunch of blue dye then when he tries to do this thing. Or actually,
I'm going to continue drinking coffee while he's doing that. Okay, this is great.
Let's actually do it the opposite way. Let's use Fitz as an environmental factor. So he is going to pull I'm going to have you do the roll, and he is going to pull up he's going to like he like swipes his hand SAO style, and a UI appears and a virtual keyboard appears, and he starts typing, and he's like, oh yeah, looks like everything's here. I just have to load it up. It is going to need like it's going to need a point of attack. You know, normally I just like boot in safe mode or whatever and start it from there, but we can't do that in this. I guess we could if it's a dream, but whatever. I'm going to play inside the rules. So if you can like shoot it and make like a place for me to start this thing, then you know that would work out. So I'm going to have you do a roll to do that, and he will give you like a crap ton of blue dice or something to help you out with it. Are you intending to like shoot it or like shoot it with fire?
I was going to use the laser rifle. I have it
okay.
slung to my hip. I pointed at it. I'm like, I could use this.
Okay.
I'm here because medium range is nothing to this thing.
Then do a ranged attack against. I'll just keep it the same as it has been against 4 red. And then upgrade your thing. We'll call it 3 times and add 2 blue dice. Because I think that's
the difficulty 3 times.
No, upgrade your check. Your proficiency 3 times. So like make it easier 3 times. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not sure how to upgrade my check 3 times. Am I just adding 3 yellow dice?
Green to a yellow 3 times.
Yeah, basically the opposite of what you would do if you were upgrading the difficulty 3 times. All
right. So the simple aspect I have is I have 2 yellows and a green currently.
Okay, so then you would add change 1 green to a yellow, and then add 2 more.
2 green.
Yep.
2 green.
3 yellows, 2 greens, 2 blue dice against 4 red. I think that is Fitz's. I think that's Fitz's skill.
Sounds awesome. Let's roll some dice. I got to roll some dice a couple times because I don't have the fancy double dice boxes.
Yeah, I noticed that's actually one reason
I refuse to pay for my app.
I refuse to pay for my app too.
Yeah, Fitz's computer is just 3. So yeah, okay, that was right. Cool. I actually remembered something for once. From now on, Fitz is just going to be like a thing you guys can use for assistance. I think that is better than like giving him a turn.
All right. Are you ready for the total, sir?
I am.
I have
expecting a lot.
One threat. That scared me. 1 threat.
Scared me too.
1 triumph. 2 successes.
Nice. That's pretty nice. So I guess the question here is, I should have asked you before this, but is your main goal to damage this thing or to have an effect on it?
I was thinking that it was, honestly, from Carl's perspective, Carl thought maybe this was a computer virus because Fitz said this was his dream and he's a computer guy. Yeah. And the idea was we could stop the virus and break down that wall and make an opening.
So attacking
it's to create an opening, attacking it.
Okay. Yes. So I think deal damage equal to your deal damage as you normally would with ranged with those successes. And then I think the triumph has to be that you create an opening that will last long enough for at least 1 person to get through. So
all right. You want to even deal with criticals?
Sure. Why not? I don't see any reason
because the damage would be 9 and I had a triumph, so I'm assuming that takes into critical.
Yeah, you can crit with a triumph.
Yeah, you can crit with a triumph.
Which is a percentile roll.
Yep.
That's mediocre. 56. I even had my percentile dice out this time. I was ready.
That is agonizing wound. Target increases the difficulty of all brawn and agility checks by 1 until this critical injury is healed. We are in the cyberspace, so that is actually really good because all of the brawn is based off of like brainular stuff. So basically it's all this stuff. Okay, cool. And then I think that also that is going to create an opening for how many advantages did you get? Oh no, you got a threat.
Had 1 threat,
an advantage, and 2 successes, or a threat, a triumph, and 2 successes. I mean, I think that means that literally the next person that goes can go through, and and normally that would be Ajax because Ajax has not gotten to go yet. But because it's a triumph based, if you want to let somebody else go, that is totally acceptable.
Just my 2 cents. I actually sort of really like the idea of it being Ajax.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Actually,
the
even
dog
better.
just
No wall
leaps
in the
forward.
verse can stop me.
Even better. I think this isn't even a thing that is taking a turn. You are just with that triumph. You're allowing somebody to go use an immediate maneuver right now, and it can be anybody, and then it'll be Ajax's turn after that. This opening happens up. There's obvious choices, but like I'm not gonna.
Fitz and Carl are too far away and too busy.
So basically, it's Goose, Tyke, or Ajax.
Because I'm assuming that this laser rifle isn't just one shot. It's me shooting multiple times and opening a door and keeping that door open long enough for somebody to get through.
Well, if it's not going to be Ajax, it should be Goose.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, it might make the most logical sense for it to be Goose, but I definitely vote Ajax. I want that more.
How about, this is actually pretty wonderful. Okay, so let me, because I don't get to do this very often. This is a cool Fitz moment. So Carl, you are shooting down this like volley of supporting fire essentially into this, I guess we'll call it a virus now, into this virus wall. And it creates this like big line of like vulnerabilities, and you just see like Fitz idly typing away, and then this like big beam of white light shoots down from like out of nowhere right into the side of this thing, and you can just see these like platinum bits, ones and zeros, shooting into the wall of this thing, and it just starts to like peel away a spot. Very orbital strike, very what is the Hammer of Dawn from the Halo series? Yep. Like very much like just
Carl.
like boom, and it opens up this big hole and then disappears. And he's like, Fitz says, "Yeah, I think that'll work for now," and like closes the console. The beam goes away, and it starts receding back in. And I think Goose like starts to like motion just a little bit forward to move, but then like freezes. Who knows why, but like Goose just freezes. And I think Ajax sniffs up at Goose and looks at the hole, sees that it's closing, and it's getting to the point where it is not big enough for a person.
I grab him and run.
Oh, I love that. Roll me. Oh, this is going to be average. Just roll me a athletics or coordination, whichever's better. Yeah, athletics or coordination.
Okay. Athletics is my good one. And you said average?
Yeah, average. 2 purple. I mean, it's a slam dunk, but still.
Okay. Yes. So that is cancel those.
I've been watching way too much anime recently.
It's 1 success and 2 advantage.
Okay, yeah. So you grab Goose and you run in. Goose, I think you were just frozen for a moment, but Ajax grabs you by the scruff of the neck, so to speak. Sprints
like
in.
a mother dog picks up a puppy.
Yep, I love
runs it. Through.
Sprints in, leaps, and the thing closes behind you again. So you guys are now essentially engaged with the house, short range away from Tyke. And medium away from Carl. And as you step in, you see your house back as it was before you had to sell it, before your wife died, in perfect recreation, but black and white. Your wife is sitting on top of the roof still, with this folder clutched in their hands. And she just sort of like gives a little wave as you guys hop in. And then I think it is Ajax's actual turn. You have an actual turn now if you would like to take it.
What do we do now? I'll spit you out. What do we do now? I didn't think this far. I just know no wall can stop me. Ask Dad. Oh, sad.
Thank you, big boy. Pat him on the head. I
Is
think
there a door in the way?
we can get to the roof through a window that comes out of the attic.
Okay, but we gotta get through the door into the house, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no door can stop me. And I charge the door while Berserk raging. He actually gets a little bit bigger and like just foaming at the mouth.
Okay.
And charges the door.
Yeah, do athletics against 4 purple.
Okay. Well, so the good news is I did it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So that is 7 successes.
Oh, hello.
Wow.
Unfortunately,
Oh, what
that
door?
is also 2, 4, 5 threats.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah.
Okay.
No door.
That is okay. So for the purposes of like crits and or like numerically, it's like 7 threats to a despair. Like roughly.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait, I'm raging.
Yeah.
That's 2 advantages, so it's only 3 threats.
It's only 3 threats. Okay. So not that bad.
And
okay.
8 successes.
And 8 successes. Okay.
Rawr.
Yeah, I think
There should have been a key in the gutter.
Well, there's no door now.
so you blast through the door. The door was unlocked. The door was not particularly well closed. It was really easy to bust through this thing. Just bam, blast through it. When you land inside, you are in an extra weird space. I think this is a space that is significant to Ajax as well. It is not the inside of the house as you would have expected it, for sure. You are somewhere else. I would like to know where that is for Ajax.
The clinic.
Oh, that's good. Is this before or after the horror attack?
I don't. Oh yes, he did see it.
He did
after
go
the
there
attack.
once, yeah. Mhm.
It would be before. That would be his stronger memories.
Okay. So yeah, I think it is you bust down this door and you're like, yes, I did it. No door can handle Ajax. And you are in the clinic very suddenly. There are these weird, like wispy memory versions of people in the clinic, like going about their business. And that is where we will leave Ajax and go to the big purple blob thing. Big purple blob thing is I think gonna focus on Goose at the moment. You are the closest to the house. This is the whole point of all of this. What is your discipline, Goose?
My discipline is 3 green.
3 green. And okay, just total?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, okay. That's okay. 1 and 2. 2 and 2. Okay, 2 and 1. Okay. 2 successes, 1 threat. Okay, so this purple stuff is going to shoot out and attempt to injure you pretty badly.
Okay.
It is going to deal 7 points of strain. Bypassing your soak.
Yikes.
And it is also going to reduce your movement because it is going rather than like reach out and grab you, once it like shoots this energy at you, so like these beams, it looks very similar to the tentacles before, but instead it just hits you and these bands of purple energy wrap around you, serpentine, very similarly to what happened with Tyke, and so it is going to make it so that you do not get a free maneuver on your turns. You have to spend strain to do a maneuver for the next round. That is what the purple thing does. From the outside, those of you that are outside of it, you see it actually contracts a little bit, like a good few feet. After it closes up on Goose, it condenses even a little bit more, which will bring us to ostensibly Tyke's turn, unless somebody else wants to take it specifically.
Yeah, so I think watching all this happen and what Fitz did, and I'm pretty annoyed that what I did sort of worked but didn't.
Well, you brought the little guns.
Yeah, so I think I'm still in the armor. And like I sort of walk over to where Fitz, and I guess I'm using a maneuver to like move to where Fitz and Carl are. Okay. And I sort of like throw my helmet down. There's sort of like, basically, I want to augment. I want to turn Carl's gun into like a stationary machine gun. And I also, at the same time, want to summon like a giant magnifying lens and tell Fitz to do that again.
Please make this a Covenant plasma cannon. That would make me very happy.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, totally Halo Covenant plasma cannon. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's again...
Yeah,
because Carl is okay. Well, let's have you roll. Actually, let's have you roll. Okay. This is your world. So whichever your best.
Oh, I have a question though. How are we treating my strain right now? Because I feel like in the past, like the strenuous activity was me going into the cyberscape, and I just did all sorts of like whatever nonsense.
Well, the first couple times you were in there, we every time you like did a spell, we did it normally. I've been really loose about that lately, and I think I'm kind of okay with that. But let's split the difference. And let's call it while you're in the cyberspace, your spells cost half as much strain. And let's call that a talent, because that sounds cool. So just count that as one strain, basically. So this is your place. So whatever your best, I'm assuming projection is your best.
Yep.
Tied for best. So use projection against not particularly difficult. Let's call it hard. Upgraded twice for being IS Corp. Nothing is directly opposing you. So 2 reds, 1 purple against your projection.
Okay.
Zach is responding to my shenanigans.
I'm sure that especially so I'm like how do I respond so that there like it gives weight to that thing without any. It's very hard sometimes to be like, ooh, that's a really good point, but without like being like that is one of the singular difficulties of being a DM.
This is ridiculous. So I've got. This is weird. Maybe it's not that bad. I've got 1 triumph, and then 7 successes, and 2 disadvantages.
Okay,
Holy
yeah, that's not that bad.
So as Carl is unshouldering his laser rifle, you walk over, throw your helmet down, and touch his gun.
Yeah.
I think I think the gun expands and turns into like, again, Carl is seeing this as like a Covenant ship or like an alien ship thing. So I think this turns into like a gun turret thing that is like the bottom mounted ship turrets with the like hole. And so like he's sitting behind this hull in this like cockpit thing of this like railgun laser plasma weapon looking thing. Just very suddenly your rifle expands into that and you're like holding this and it feels super badass. And at the same time, this like giant distortion appears above this purple virusy thing, and it just it turns a little bit and you can see it's like this disc of glass that is magnifying the sun, and everything turns super bright in the area. And 2 threats, boys, 2 threats. What do we think? Anybody got anything off the cuff?
He doesn't want to hit Goose on accident, so black die.
That's really good. Yeah. I'm going to say if you roll any threats attacking this thing through the magnifying glass or through the gun, because they're so powerful, again, 7 successes, you said, because they're so powerful in this world, if you roll any threats, that will immediately translate to damage to Goose. Either wounds or probably strain, because that makes, So yeah, you will have to be careful with them, but it's only on threats. So that's cool. And we'll just call that for a round, because it doesn't make sense to have that be ongoing, because that's more despair thing. So that's badass as hell. This would be then Goose's turn, unless somebody else wants to take it.
I think I gruntingly feel like I'm back in basic, wearing 90 pounds of gear, hiking through the desert, and just start taking steps towards the house. And once I get towards the front door, you just see me, my right
front
hand
door?
The one that got broke open.
the front opening.
My right hand is dragging a red crayon along the side of the wall.
Interesting.
Huh.
I'm still marking the wall.
Yeah, that was when you get up to the doorway, you also notice you can see into the space, and it looks like your house as you knew it, and Ajax is nowhere to be seen. There's like a weird, like minor, like distortion on the door, but it's exceedingly minor. But Ajax is nowhere to be seen beyond that. And that is. Did you take your strain for that maneuver?
No, I need to. I guess I'll also be shouting out things like, "Ajax, here, boy. God, Zed's gonna kill me."
And then, do you want to do anything else on your turn?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool. The strained maneuver BS will end at the end of this. Is it red with black and white? Red with the black and white. What are we talking about?
Because it's a black and white. It's a monochrome.
The house.
setting.
Oh yeah.
So does the red show up?
And he's marking it red.
I think so, yeah, because the crayon is coming from Goose. Actually, you know what? I mean, I can't decide this. Goose, what do you think? Do you think it stays red, or do you think it turns like into a monochrome mark as you're placing it on it?
I think it stays red. I think this has like a very Sin City-esque.
Yeah, or like Pleasantville.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm down with both. So, okay, that sounds good. So, yeah, it stays this like red mark, and it looks super out of place. And that brings us then to Carl's ostensible turn.
That's cool, because Carl's got this big gun now. That's really exciting, but I want to turn it up a notch, and I had a few ideas.
Oh, God.
How many notches are you guys going to turn it up? We're already at 11.
And a cannon.
Oh no, we're going quite high.
No one's ever said 12.
The problem is you gave me coffee, so I get to add blue dice to this. Okay, so here we go. I am turning this gun into a gout of flame. I'm going to use primal to magic the shot to shoot fire. Like a plasma, just a line of blue fire.
Okay.
Because that will look amazing.
I'm going to
I don't know what arrow cards we have right now, but I would like to use a story point to add damage equal to my characteristic.
Oh my gosh.
With Lucky Strike. I'm going to use Knack for it and remove 2 black dice.
Let's call this we have the I mean, you're using magic, and I'm going to call it the 7 of Swords. Hope, confidence, desire, the confidence part specifically, and because it's the 7 of Swords, which makes sense to me. Again, don't take us as examples for how to read tarot cards. We're spinning these things however we want, because I don't know. Does that make us bad people? I don't know. Okay, so that makes sense. So let's call this, because you're using this gun that Tyke made, and he got a crap ton of successes and a triumph. Why don't you again upgrade your proficiency dice 2 times and add 2 blue dice, and again it'll be against 4 reds.
Okay. I have to do a lot of rolling. Again, double rolling because I don't have that many dice. This is a lot more dice than I've ever rolled in this game. Congratulations.
The worst part about this is the Edge of the Empire set only comes with one red die.
Oh no!
It comes because it comes with the Force die as well, which it would be story points for that stuff.
And I will be using natural, so if I don't like the amount of damage I get, I can roll it. Here we go.
But I bought 2 packs of the Star Wars ones, but I have 3 red die somehow.
How is that? They might have different. They might have like a starter pack and then like an expansion pack, and the expansion pack doesn't have the.
I bought a quantity 2 of one thing off of Amazon.
That is insane. How is that even possible?
I don't know.
He's probably missing one of something else. Like it just dropped into the box.
My head hurts. Yeah, so I need to decide whether I'm going to get another set of these or like a couple more sets of these, or if I'm going to get actual Genesis dice, or if I'm just going to ignore it because who knows how long we'll be playing Genesis. I don't know.
If we actually start getting an income, we could try to like make sure we can buy all of us a set of the whatever games dice
we need for the game.
Yeah, actually making sure we all have all of the stuff we need to play the games. Yeah,
I don't think I'll re-roll this. I have 7 successes, 4 advantages.
Holy crap.
The damage that turns into is 13 plus using my Lucky Strike, that story point we just spent. I'm going to add 5 on top of that. So that turns it into 18 damage.
And I'm going to say that's 4 advantages is enough to crit if you want to.
Oh, absolutely. Carl's just a giggly mess at this point.
Yeah, roll a crit.
This is probably the most animated smiles you've ever seen on Carl.
That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. We just see like Carl behind this like big turret gun shooting gouts of flame towards this thing.
So laughing. Is it like big animated smile? But
actually, I was gonna go that
with a single tear rolling down.
I was gonna go the animated route when Ike was walking up. I was going to shoulder the laser rifle and give him that big muscular smile that you see on every fighter anime character in the world, but he turned it into a turret before I could do it. So
yeah, I think this is
a giant muscular superhero anime cannon, smile.
Right?
Yeah,
not his laser gun.
Yeah, no,
so
this is him sitting
10 base damage.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Do 10 base damage. Yeah, I forgot to. Yeah.
So that turns that 18 into a 22 damage, and the critical roll was 76.
Okay.
And it's a blast 10.
Is that adding 10 or not adding 10?
No, I didn't add 10. I just turned my 6 into a 10 because he had base 10 and my laser rifle.
No. I mean for the crit. Did you add 10 on the
Oh, no, I didn't. 86. Add 10 because of the earlier critical. You're right.
Increase difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until this critical injury is healed. So now they have 2 difficulty increases to basically everything, and you just did 22 points of damage to them. That is very good. We just see Carl like laughing hysterically, shooting gouts of flame into this thing, and they just hit like laser plasmas into like energy shield style like explosions, and you see these little holes appearing all over the place, and it just, this bubble shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks until you can actually see parts of the house are poking out of this bubble, just on the very edges. There seems to be just a little bit that you guys can see. That is a beautiful, beautiful turn by Carl, which brings us to Ajax. You're in the clinic. And it is all black and white. I think that's probably normal for Ajax, though.
No, he sees color.
Oh, he sees color? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Is Fitz not going to take advantage of my giant, like, focus disc?
Oh, that's a good point. I should have had... we'll do that. I'll do that after Ajax. Yeah, I'll have him take
an
actual
layer
turn.
action.
Yeah.
He's typing frantically.
Yeah. He put, when you do that, he's like, all right, and he pulls the console back up and starts typing again, and we'll deal with that in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, Ajax, you are in the clinic.
Dad? Dad? And he starts walking around slowly through the clinic.
Ooh. Ooh.
Because this is where Dad works.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got
What-
like all those push open doors that you have in like clinics and hospitals and stuff, and he's just sort of like poking his head into like different rooms.
Yeah, he just looks in. Like the clinic only had 2 rooms, like where patients went. So like it had the front desk, which had a push open door to get behind, and like it had a few chairs where people could sit, and then it had like one room which was like for patients, and then another room for patients, and then Zed's office is in the back. So he probably goes right to the office.
Okay. Let's have you... I want to roll something here. I think I have an idea of what is going to happen, but I want to roll something. What kind of skills does Ajax have? I know it's not much, but...
Yeah, so nonverbal quadrupeds don't get a ton of skills.
Except he is verbal now. He's
verbal now.
In computer talent.
In computer skills, the sheet fills out.
He is really good at brawl, athletics, coordination, perception, resilience, survival, and vigilance.
Perfect. Let us do perception then. I would like you to roll perception. You are in an IS Corp system at the moment, so it'll upgrade twice. I think this is easy though, so this will be a 1 red. Now let's call it hard. That'll be 2 reds against your perception.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to give you 2 blue dice for shenanigans.
Because I can smell. It's the clinic, but it smells like mailman.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's a clinic, but it smells like mailman.
That is a success. That's it. Just 1 success.
Wow, okay. Yeah, so Ajax, you nose open the door to Zed's office, and you see very similar to the rest of the like people in here, there is this like wispy humanoid form that is sitting behind Zed's desk, and it seems like they have a book in hand. So it looks pretty normal, except that it seems to be at the edges. It has this like deep red coloration. And then I think we hear a familiar voice say something to Ajax that kind of puts the fear of dog into him. Nick, are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Hey there, pup. Welcome home.
And then we cut back outside, and Fitz continues typing on the thing, and we'll do a beam of light, because that sounds fun.
Yeah, and so this is Tyke and Fitz doing a computer thing together. So
all I can say is it's happening at the same time that this blue fire is smashing into that purple globe of
100%
magic.
Zed always knew you two could get along and work together.
It just took Fitz thinking he's in a dream. I dropped my red die.
Yeah, he's like finally going with it, sort of. Like,
I mean,
he summoned coffee.
That is the thing about Fitz is like, man, I keep dropping the die. Like he has all of these, like he's if he would just go through life with confidence, he would be so much better off. That's like his whole deal. And now he's in a dream, so it doesn't matter. So he's just, doing whatever. So far, this is looking very bad. Just warning you guys.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I got a crap ton of advantages, a bunch of failures, and a despair.
How is that possible? Like, what did you...
I basically didn't roll a single success on the yellow dice. I haven't rolled the blue dice yet, but
I'm just curious what all went into this, because like the whole purpose, I feel I'm obviously personally invested in the success of my argument.
Yes, of course.
Like
okay,
this whole thing has been that like Fitz and I are basically awesome at the computer things.
Okay. All right. In that case, I am going to.
I don't know.
I am going to
give
use
you all the tools, man. What are you
I
doing?
am going to use the strength card. This is the most OP bullshit that you guys can do, because this is like the card that is like Tyke, like basically it's the Tyke card. And I'm just gonna do, I don't know, I'm gonna do some DM bullshit, I guess, because that's the only thing worthy of like using this card. And I think at first Fitz is just like typing along, and he's like I think he stops at one point. Like you guys can see the glow of light start to appear, and then he just stops and he's just like, hold for dogs. Okay. He stops and he's like, honestly, guys, what's the point? Like, again, this is a dream. Like, shouldn't we be waking up and dealing with this shit that we got to deal with? I feel like we've done enough in here. How do you guys respond?
This isn't a dream.
I mean, Carl is laughing hysterically as he pours fire into a writhing mass of purple.
Yeah, I think this is
wait. I'm totally going to pass out from doing this. But
okay.
I want to send a message to Dan in the mech to shake Fitz's physical body and like say something in his ear, like say F you tiny dancer in his ear.
Okay. I'm not actually gonna make you like cast a spell for this. Again, this is the using this card is again the most bullshit thing we can do. So I think you just like, this isn't a dream, and he's like, there's no evidence of that.
Oh yeah,
and then you
say it out loud, like just Dan, like freaking mess with Fitz. I just say it like so everyone can hear it.
So I think Dan's form appears in the mech, of course, like his form on top of the thing in the mech appears in front of him and is like, okay, Tyke, I'm supposed to be protecting you, but I guess I'll stop for just a second to do this. And he grabs Fitz in the thing and starts shaking him. And it's like, Fitz, pay attention. This is not a dream. Okay? Do you get it? Do not make me scold you. I have more evidence if you need it. And he you can see Dan's form like swipes down and a whole bunch of like pop-ups come up of like security footage of you guys standing in or like standing all like in a circle or like slumped against the wall or whatever outside of the server room, and these like purple bands of energy, and the mech is shaking him outside and also inside, and he's like, you need to stop. Like, just put your ego aside. This is not a dream. They're asking for your help. Is that enough, Tyke? I'm outie. And he disappears, and Fitz is just like still shaking a little bit, and I unplugged my headphones.
YouTube footage. I just get YouTube footage.
Yeah,
mech shaking a guy like a rag doll.
Yeah, exactly. That's on us two forever now. And Fitz is just like addled for a second, and he like looks around, and I think you can see like in his eyes that he's not seeing what he was seeing before. I think what this means is that Fitz is now seeing what you see. He is actually seeing this in the way that you do, and he just like, his eyes like just absolutely go wide.
The horror.
Yeah, horror. His jaw drops, and he's like, oh God, we really are in the servers.
Wait.
Wow. How did you do this? This is not possible. And he's like, he's like stuttering, like not doing anything. What do you say?
You said it yourself. Anything's possible here.
He looks over at you, and like, you're still wearing armor from the neck down, and there's a helmet over there. Yeah. There's a helmet, and because you guys are, I don't know if you guys remember, you guys are like floating in the air a little bit, like above everything. So there's like a helmet and a lance floating next to you. And like, he's looking at everything, and he like sees all these bits and bytes going, everything, the purple mound thing. And he's just like, he looks at you and he's like, all right, I guess we go to work. And he pulls the console back up and he starts typing and he's like, it worked last time. If we're really in the servers, I mean, the logic was sound. All of my security features should still be installed here. I'll just bring them all to bear. And I think he looks at you and he's like, oh, is that okay? Will that work?
Please tell me his security features are now a bear. A real bear.
Yes.
I like a giant bear.
Giant bear. I'm willing to spend a story point. Do we have a story point that'll work for that?
He just pulled the strength card. There's a lot of bullshit.
I literally just pulled the strongest story point we have.
Yeah.
All right.
I like how our story points have different strengths. I'm going to say, I don't know, man. I didn't know I could make this magnifying glass till just now.
Okay.
This is all over Carl laughing and the crackling blue magic fire going out of a gun from a video game.
He stops typing and he says, I made coffee appear here. Was that real?
Kinda. Just do the thing, man.
If I can do that, then I can do anything. Okay, all right. Well, then what am I sending against this thing? What is it gonna do? What is it gonna look like? And he starts typing and he's like, I've got security features ready to go, but it's got to it has to be a thing. I can't just do the beam of light thing again. What am I doing?
Why can't you just do the beam of light thing again?
He says that was just like a really simple cleanse. If I'm actually going to have something coming in here to get rid of this and actually fight it program to program, it has to take on a form. I don't know why, but for some reason I know that. I need it to be a thing.
Well, you know what I really like are mechs.
Okay. I'm making a mech then? A big mech.
Robot bear? Giant robot bear?
Yeah, it's like a Zoid.
Yes.
Okay.
Giant.
Zoid. Yes.
All right.
Bear Zoid.
Beartron.
It's too late to change it now, and you see the light shoots down through the magnifying glass, and it encompasses the whole thing, and then it starts to the magnifying glass starts to rotate and turn, and it starts to, the light all starts to focus, and it pixelated style, it starts to build this giant bear mech Zoid thing right next to the purple stuff, and it starts to take on this big Beartron form, and that will start attacking the thing at some point shortly soon, which is brings us around to the top of the order with the purple stuff. Let's see. I think it is going to. I think it's going to try and. Yeah, I think it's going to try and stop the bear from fully forming. The bear's 90% formed at this point, but it's going to try and stop the bear from fully forming, by destroying the magnifying glass.
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is not looking good. Okay, so I succeeded, but I got a despair. So I think what happens is this purple the dome of purple shoots up these tentacles and grabs at the edge of this magnifying glass and just starts crushing it. And you see cracks start to form and it just crushes it into nothingness. But it wasn't able to do it before this bear mech thing almost completely fully materialized. There's one part of it that is missing. What is that part? It is mostly unimportant.
No tail.
Okay, so it starts forming this beautiful
bear tail is gone.
Yeah, it starts forming this beautiful bushy bear tail, but it only gets halfway through. So it's this weird semicircle bear tail, and half of an ear is only partially formed, but the rest of this Beartron thing fully forms, and it stands up on hind legs and just roars and is gonna start going at the purple thing. That brings us to the ostensible Tyke's turn.
Oh,
I think this is gonna be the last round.
Okay. So the bear thing is already like headed towards it, right?
Yeah, it is there. It's like anime style, like heading, like going at it, and is going to clash imminently.
Okay, I am going to run back towards Centaur Hankhill, and I am going to like sort of like trick style, like remount him, like where I sort of I guess I'm in the full plate armor still. I'm super strong here, where I just sort of like jump up and with one hand like jump onto his back, and I'm going, and I'll have another lance, and I want to take another go at this with the bear.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're going to dual strike it with the bear. Okay, yeah. Let's put that off for just a second. Because we have we'll call this like a cinematic thing. And then let's go to Goose's turn because he's next supposedly. Goose, you are at the door again. You can move normally again. At this point you are right on the precipice of your home. What do you do?
I think I'm looking through the doorway and I see everything exactly as it was, kind of an ideal image of the pictures on the walls of various things we did. I can see like our favorite blanket sprawled onto the couch that we would always cuddle in while we watched something, and the cactus over the fireplace. That's the only plant that I could ever keep alive. And all that, and just step through the opening, and assuming I keep going and don't disappear, start going up the stairs.
Yeah, when you step across the threshold, you feel really strange for a second. It feels like you are kind of being atomized and put back together. And when you've crossed the threshold, you notice that you have now taken on this monochrome black and white appearance, and you are like wearing something that is like vintage, like period Goose, essentially. I think. What is that? Is that like a military uniform, or is that like what do you think that looks like?
Bell-bottom jeans, a vest with no shirt, and a gold chain.
Is he de-aged?
Yeah, I think he's
look 20.
Yeah, I think he's de-aged to the height. Probably not like all the way, because this would be like if we were to era it, it's like just before his wife died. So he's like what it would be like 40 or something, 50, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Somewhere around there. Yeah. So basically he looks the same, because again,
still too old to dress like this.
Yeah. That's fantastic, and I love it. So yeah, the house is exactly as you remember it. And you start going through it, and you go up into the attic. You crawl through the attic. You see it's got all of the stuff that you recognize as being there, and you go out the window of the attic onto the roof. And now that you're inside this, you can see that there is no like purple dome. It's just like this weird distortion that looks like you guys are in this house, and then it looks like you're in the place where this house is, like you're in your neighborhood. It's just like distorted, and you can't see outside of it. And your wife is sitting on the eave a few feet away from you, and she waves and says, "Hey, welcome home."
Who are you?
Okay. I sort of figured I wouldn't be able to trick you, that is. Look, this wasn't malicious. This was the only way I could access this server was her account. And I didn't have any ability to change the appearance. I'm sorry. But I'm here to help. I need you to find me. I made this a little bit easier for you guys. And she holds out the folder and towards you, and you see it has a date written on it, and like what do they call it? Like an operation name. Like we see them a lot in like the MCU, you know, like the one where we see Falcon's thing. It's like Falcon-07X or whatever. Like it's that kind of thing. And I actually do have, hold on, I have to look at this because I do have an operation name. Oh yeah, it's Invisible. obviously with the acronym style. So it's Operation Invisible. And it has like obviously a whole bunch of files in it. And on the front there's a little sticky note that just says "Find me," and then it has a bunch of numbers that look like a longitude latitude. And the person that is using your wife's account says, "I'm sorry that it had to be like this, but I needed you to be very motivated to find me." There's a lot of stuff in that. You'll want to take a look at it. I can tell you more in person. I can't communicate that here. They will find out. If you guys escape, find me, and I can help you take them down.
Who are you?
I'm your wife's partner. I worked with her back in the day. Let's just say we failed in what we were trying to do, but it'll be easier if we talk about this on the outside. I can't say too much, but I was your wife's partner.
Then you know what happened to her?
Mostly, yeah. More at least than they shared with you. More than they would have let be public. I don't know if it's enough to satisfy what I imagine you are feeling, but it's something.
I don't know if satisfied is the goal anymore.
I understand. If I can help in any way, fix, atone for, get revenge for what they did to her, then I'll help. I have no way to prove this, but you can trust me at least with this.
We'll find you.
See you on the other side.
Oh,
And
wait, just one. I need a second. And he just stares at her.
If you want, the credentials for this account should be somewhere on this server. I don't know why, but they never deleted them. It's a pretty big oversight, but they were hidden and archived. If you can find it, then I don't know, maybe that'll help. You take a second. You take a second and you tear up, you nod. They wave at you and smile, and it looks just like her smile. And then they swipe, pull up a console, and she atomizes, digitizes, and disappears. And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Goose chuckles to himself. She always had a goofy smile.
Okay, guys. Is that conversation visible from Carl's perspective outside the house?
I'm gonna say no for now, because I don't want to have to do any like shenanigans right now about it. Yeah, I don't want to like have to like have like a bunch of stuff that we have to go right this very second. But it's possible that like
I was just curious if Carl and everybody outside could see that Goose got to that location, interacted, she disappeared.
I think that is something we can leave unresolved until next. That'll be the first thing we resolve next time. Is like what you guys perceive from the outside. So it'll be pretty. I think it'll be pretty straightforward. And you guys will not be without the information for very long. That's for sure.
The partner didn't tell you where to meet them on the outside.
Yeah, they did.
It's on the file.
Yeah. There's a sticky note on the front that says "Find me" and a bunch of numbers that look like longitude and latitude.
Yeah. Say what you will about IS Corp, their little anagram game is on point.
Yeah,
Isn't it though?
Super curious what Invisible stands for.
Yeah. I wrote Project Invisible about 3 months ago. This is because expecting you guys to get to it like in a couple of sessions.
3 months ago, yeah. Thanks.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I think every
Sorry.
time Goose sees one, he is like a little upset with himself because he has to admire how good the acronyms are.
It's so good. It's so good that it's like, damn, that's so cool, but you guys are assholes. Oh, that sucks. Oh man. It's like real life. All of the assholes have all the cool toys.
It's like the Dragon Ball Z abridged Vegeta trying to comprehend Broly. It's so
Yes.
stupid. But it's so cool.
Yeah, exactly. I hate you and you're the coolest as well. All right, guys. Let's transition into everybody's favorite scenes. Nick?
Yeah, so I think my favorite scene is changing Carl's laser into a plasma cannon, and then him just laughing maniacally as he decimates this purple wall fog monster thing.
Yeah,
That was pretty awesome.
That was really cool. Seeing something that like really like got Carl going was nice. It was nice. Even if it is like unbridled rage and joy at destroying a thing, that's
In
like
an alternate
maniacal.
reality. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's still very satisfying.
I love Ajax destroying a door into little pieces of sawdust.
Yeah, that was really delicious. That
Let's
was
go
really
inside.
delicious.
Bah!
Yeah.
Yeah. There was something one of you did that totally like pulled things into like a left turn, and I can't remember what it was. It might have been I don't remember, but the thing that is sticking out to me right now is Tyke pulling in Fitz for like a legit like duo attack. Like that is really cool to me. It's just it's really nice to like have the character development part of that, the Tyke and Fitz thing. Like that was really nice. I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Dang, I was gonna say that, but now I have to choose something else.
Damn,
Well,
you do.
I was gonna say I really like Fitz's mind break, and I guess maybe I feel dumb if this was obvious to everyone else that like maybe Fitz is also actually a technomancer. He just like
He's
is
learning.
so bullheaded
Didn't know.
against it being a thing.
Wow, I never even thought about that.
It's
That's
like
actually
it's like sort of like I guess if you wanted to make like a D&D comparison, like a wizard and a sorcerer, like
yeah.
It's like
one just
It's like the brother from Halloween Town. You know, that topical reference.
I've seen the original at least like 6 times, but I still have no idea what the heck you're talking about.
I just love the
It's-
fact to think that Fitz has been doing so many good things with computers his whole life that he's actually had technomancy skill, doesn't know it.
Yeah, that's actually a really cool thing. Like I don't want to say that that's canon, like because I want to but that is really delicious regardless.
Other programmers look at Fitz's programs and go, "What the fuck is this? This doesn't make any sense."
Yeah,
But to
that
him
is.
it totally does because it's magic.
Oh my god! Because like I don't know if you guys know this, but
I
like
couldn't read. Like
oh
when I
my
tried to use
god!
the laptop, it didn't make any sense.
Oh my god. Oh, that hurts because like you're right about the first part of that. Like other tech people don't understand the things like that's canon and has been established. Like other tech people have no idea what Fitz is doing. Like he is unrivaled whatsoever. Oh man,
It's also canon that some people have had these skills far longer than us.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Rewriting the character sheet.
That is some delicious headcanon, if nothing else. I refuse to confirm or deny that, but my God, is that delicious. Oh boy. I have to go home and rethink my life. Carl, I think you're the only one left. Or did you do
Carl
one?
loved Ajax breaking a door down.
Did everyone do one?
That's right.
Wow, okay. That went by fast.
No, if I had to pick a second one, it would definitely be Carl trying to summon coffee and it not working.
Oh, that was so good, man. I can't wait until we're successful enough to do like an after the show, like NADPOD does. That would be just so, maybe not necessarily the same night or whatever, but like an after the show, just like a whole show talking about it would be, I'm so hyped for when, if we get to do that someday, because we could talk about it for quite a long time. But instead, Colby, why don't we get into some plugs? What do we have to plug tonight?
Alrighty, we got the Will of the Dice podcast. Shout out to them for promoting us on Twitter. They're a live play D&D podcast, and Tire, the world's okayest DM. Yeah, just cool group. You should go check them out. We also have Snyder's Return, our friends over in Europe who do combination talk questionnaire show and live play. So yeah, go check those boys and girls and whatever out. And I see
Check them out.
something. Yep. Owlbear Rodeo is virtual tabletop. Apparently we're gonna start using that at some point soon.
Yeah, Nick contacted them to see if we could use them on the stream, and I checked the service out a little bit. It is pretty cool. It's very intuitive. And I think when we need the use of something like that, we are probably going to use them because they gave us permission, and it is really cool. So just a quick shout out to them
on YouTube. So YouTube's a good tool to find new evolving tools for your game.
Yeah.
And it's I would have a detailed plug, but just Google Owlbear Rodeo. You will find them. It's a cool thing.
Yeah. And you also have the Ace of Clubs podcast with Jacob and I. Releasing soon, episode 3 with 1984. And finally, Momo has an Instagram, and Jacob can tell you where to get that.
Oh, I can? Yeah, you can get it on our Discord. Yeah, because we say that every week. Yeah, but you can also find our podcast at RPGsAnonymous.podiant. You can find us on Twitch here. And then we are also on YouTube, Twitter, RPGsAnonymous1, and then, yes, Discord, bonus, Momo, Instagram.
Links in the descriptions. Aaron, do we have any new shout-outs for this week?
No real news shout-outs, but we are at 53 followers on Twitch right now.
Ooh.
We reached that 75 number. We're hidden episodes with offshoot characters to our storyline in a great detail, and lots of joyous fun where we stepped outside. So we're pushing for another 23 followers, and we'll release those shows.
It's good stuff. There's a dragon. That's all I'll say. There's a dragon. It's beautiful. Then also coming up, when we start getting positive reviews on iTunes, emails, stuff like that, we will shout you out in character or do a little message if you want a custom message. Review us on iTunes. 5-star reviews help us a lot. Or you can send us an email at rpgsanonymous@gmail.com. And I think that's it. Anybody have anything else they want to mention? Cool. Sounds like that's all. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you soon in the multiverse. We'll see you in the multiverse. Whatever I'm supposed to say.
Yep.
Bye.
Deuces.
Love you all.
See ya.
So, yeah.